Hello everyone, Vampire 218 here, really hyped to be bringing you my week 3 match of the MCL, the Monotype Challenge League. This week, I, as the coach of your Steel team, am going up against the Fairy team. It's a very good matchup for me because, my stabs are hitting them super effective. And not only that, but, I'm able to resist their stabs, and that is huge. I've had two really good matchups so far, two really good weeks being 2-0. I'm really hoping to bring that 3-0, or if I can't bring a 3-0, bring it, really good differential for myself. So jumping right into things, we have a Mega Metagross here, max speed, so that it can outspeed those base just under 110s. I'm not sure, I don't probably need this, but I want it to be safe just in case. I could get a speed drop from something, and then I would, I want to be sure I'm outspeeding some of the, base 70-ish type things, even with the speed drop. So, I wanted to make sure I had the speed to outspeed regardless. And then I just went max attack because this was a really good physical hitter. I had Hone Claws to raise my accuracy for Meteor Mash, but also to raise my attack. I was really hoping this thing got Sword Stance, but it doesn't. Hone Claws is its only, offensive buffing move. So, it's not bad, and I use this to, make sure my Meteor Mash is guaranteed to hit, and then, I have Meteor Mash to try and raise attack as well. I had Bullet Punches for the nice Steel priority that's going to hit those Fairy types, super effective, and then EQ just for massive damage. I was bringing the Heatran this week, no Eruption this week, which is, I didn't really need it. So, I'm just bringing the Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and the only two moves I really need on this thing are Flash Cannon and Flamethrower because, Flash Cannon's going to hit everything, at least neutral. And Flamethrower is going to be a second stab for me that has good accuracy. So, I didn't need the other two moves, but I thought, there's no point not to put two other moves. I'm Choice Scarf again this week. Actually not max speed, which is interesting, but, a lot of Fairy types, again, are very slow. They're not fast. And that was really the problem I have with Fairy, is they're not fast, and I can outspeed them with something that's not even max sped. So, that's my set for this week, max special attack to get that damage out, and I like 252 speed, so hopefully it'll put in work. Bringing the Support Probopass once again, it's really, I really like Support Probopass for Steel types. I've got the Flash Cannon, the Sandstorm, the Magicoat, the Stealth Rock, Sturdy with leftovers, and, max special defense this week because a lot of Fairy types are going to be hitting me on the special side, and I would expect him to bring more special fairies than physical fairies. And this is just because, there's Play Rough, but other than that, there's not very many good physical fairy moves. And there's very few good physical fairies in general. I think there's Granbull, there's Azumarill, but other than that, Florges, all those things. I really want to be able to wall those things, and bringing a, max special defense is going to let me do that. And there's just better special coverage for Fairy types. You got Moonblast, you got Dazzling Gleam, you got Pixelated Hyper Voice. So that's really what I wanted to do with the EVs. Flash Cannon, again, its special attack is not bad. It's not great, but it's, it's about average. So it has the capacity to do some work if it gets one off. That's probably about 30%. Sandstorm going to be very crucial for the Excadrill. It's going to be very crucial to double this, or not double, but raise this thing's special defense. And it breaks sashes, so Magicoat, just in case he leads with a Klefki. Again, this thing doesn't really care about Thunder Waves or Swaggers much because it, again, being a special attacker and not a physical attacker with really low physical attack at 103, it can take a Swagger all day. So that's why I'm probably going to lead with this thing if I see he has a Klefki, because I can just click Magicoat, and if it wants to try and set up spikes, they'll bounce back. Swagger, bounce back. Thunder Wave, bounce back. So, and then Stealth Rock, just because, again, Stealth Rocks, there's very few matches where Stealth Rocks are not going to be super great. Like Rock, anything that's going to resist them. So, I guess Rock doesn't even resist itself, but anything that's going to resist Rock probably wouldn't bring Stealth Rocks. Anyway, jumping into Excadrill, it's max speed. Or not max speed, but 252 speed with max special or max attack at 405. 252 plus. Life Orb, Sand Rush, just so that this can outspeed. EQ for massive damage, Poison Jab to super effective hit the fairies, Iron Head to super effective hit the fairies, and Swords Dance, because this thing should live a hit from whatever fairy's going to throw at it. I mean, there are some moves that probably can OHKO it, but I can play around that. You know, Swords Dance is going to let me get that to that point where I am just OHKOing even the bulkiest of fairies. So that's really what I'm bringing with this, and Sand Rush will take care of my speed problem, because at this point I can still be outsped, but if I have Sand up, I don't believe I will. Jirachi is my next bring this week. You know, it's a Choice Scarf, Jirachi, Serene Grace, Physical Jirachi this week, Iron Head to super effective hit the fairies with a nice 60% chance to flinch, U-turn just to get out of there if it's an unbeneficial matchup, and you know, I mean, there are going to be times where I need U-turn, but I only really needed Iron Head this week. You know, Healing Wish, just in case I need to switch in a quick Scarfed Wish to bring back something like Mega Metagross, make a Heatran, or something like that. So that's really what I'm going for with the Healing Wish. And Fire Punch, because again, I'm not going to just run 3 moves. And then Skarmory, it's a very defensive Skarmory this week. Iron Head, Automatize, Roost, and Brave Bird. Iron Head, super effective stab, hit the fairies. Brave Bird, massive damage. Roost to get my health back. And Automatize to raise my speed. So this is the set I'm bringing this week. We're going to jump right into the match. Music's off, so I see that he does bring the Klefki, so I know I'm going to lead with Probopass. So we're going to start off. I lead with Probopass, expecting a Klefki lead. And he leads the Granbull. And, I mean, I understand he probably wanted to get that Intimidate off and then try and do damage, but it just doesn't work for him. And, you know, he goes for an EQ, but Sturdy pops, and it's perfectly fine. I'm able to get up my rocks, and while I know I'm not going to be able to get up Sand this week, who cares? You know, I got rocks up, and I don't believe he has any way of getting rid of them. So, I'm pretty much in the clear. I switch out here into the Skarmory, predicting another Earthquake, but he predicts the switch and goes for a Fire Punch, and it's pretty smart. You know, he gets hit by the Rocky Helmet damage, which is always nice to get that nice little recoil on him. I Automatize, because I know I can live another Fire Punch at this point, and I'm thinking if I can just raise my speed, I should be able to just sweep through his team. He goes for a Thunder Wave, though, and he brings my speed right back down, so not the best idea. I take another Fire Punch, and he takes more recoil, and I get paralyzed. At this point, I know I have to switch out, so I switch into the Heatran to get the Flash Fire boost, and I just Flash Cannon and get the kill. And now I'm locked into the Flash Cannon, but I'm feeling pretty safe about it. So I know that something's going to be coming here. I eat the Swagger, and there's not much I can do about that. I get confused, but because Heatran has just such low attack on this set, it doesn't really matter. It's only 13%. So he Thunder Waves me now, and now, you know, it's a 25% chance to hit, but I hit. He goes for Foul Play, but again, it does only 32%. And I'm able to land the second Flash Cannon, which is huge. And I'm able to pick up that nice kill on the Klefki. Now, in one of his main support mons is down. Goes into the Slurpuff, and I mean, I'm just clicking the Flash Cannon at this point. He's able to get off a Drain Punch, my confusion ends, and I'm able to hit him with the Flash Cannon and get the kill, which is very nice for me. He goes into Sylveon, and, you know, I'm not sure if I outspeed, because if that thing is Scarfed, it could outspeed me, I believe. I'm not positive. I don't know the speed tier on Sylveon, but I feel like that's something that could happen. I didn't look it up. So he goes into Sylveon. I go into Mega Metagross because Mega Metagross can take whatever it's going to throw at me. But he actually throws out a Shadow Ball, and I'm like, holy crap. He actually prepped pretty good. Seeing that it does 49% to regular Metagross, I know I'm set to Mega and live another one. And be able to get up a Hone Claws, because the next one is not going to be doing more than what it did to regular Metagross. I get like a 30 special defense buff. So he Shadow Balls again. It does 40% this time. I get a special defense drop, but I'm able to land a Meteor Mash and pick up a kill, because I know he's not Scarfed at this point. And I get an attack boost, which is nice. Now, here is where I think I make my major misplay of the week. He goes into Clefable, and I go for Bullet Punch. I'm worried at this point that he might be Scarfed again and could outspeed me. So I go for a Bullet Punch because I'm thinking it should OHKO. I'm at ×2, and, you know, it's super effective. But it doesn't. And he Flamethrowers and kills the Mega Metagross, and that's huge. I go into Drachi though, and I just, scarf into Iron Head, pick up a kill. But I definitely could have used Meteor Mash and killed him because I outsped, and I realized that afterwards. So it was the safe play, but it may not have been the right play. Either way, I just lock into Iron Head. I get a nice crit there, and it matters to a degree. He starts getting up his Cotton Guard. He does make a mistake here. He is supposed to be Mega'd because Altaria does not naturally have Fairy type. He should have Mega'd, and I'm not sure if it really made a difference. It actually probably hindered him more than anything, because I can't imagine Mega Altaria losing defense. So I just keep locking into Iron Head and pick up a nice victory for your Steel types in week 3. We picked up a nice 5, we got a nice 5 Mons living, which is always good for our differential. Right now we're 3-0, and that is huge. Hoping to go into week 4 and continue the trend. If you like the video and you want to see more Pokemon Giraffe League content, more of anything I do, more battles, more of the MCL, please make sure to leave a like, share, comment, favorite, and subscribe, because, this league is super hype. It's a very good league, it's a very fun league, and I'm having a blast doing it.